Come join Women Wednesdays with Lady B Bless, an empowering podcast spotlighting women in leadership. A weekly look at some amazing women leaders, mentors, role models, change makers, community advocates, presidents, CEOs, executive directors, and boss ladies. These women are women that lead. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live, facebook.com/Lady B Bless, youtube.com/Lady B Bless.
Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another exciting episode of Women Wednesdays with your host, Lady B Bless. I'm gonna let you guys know, just park your asses, sit it down, and get ready for a very exciting and interesting show. She's shaking her head already, and I don't even know why, because you know she's hot to trot. Anyway, we've got none other than Empress Rose on tonight. I could break down her bio, but it'll probably take me the whole show. Runway model, record executive, talk show host, producer, engineer, boss of everybody, boss lady, cracking the whip, getting it done.
Oh my God, I crack no whips though, you know. I think
a fabulous Bridging the Gap conference this weekend that was off the chain, very well attended, very well put together, and I totally enjoyed being one of the moderator on the musical panel. Today we're talking about the music industry, the art industry, and the athletic industry as far as the creative combined industry together. This young lady, she handles all three industry under one blanket known as International Starz. Before we go into International Starz and what they do, let me give her the floor so she could tell you about her and her career, which is so fascinating, which I didn't know. I've known her for years. I didn't even know she was a track star. It's like I'm looking her up and learning all these new information, and I'm totally amazed. And I'm totally blown. I'm in awe because she's so young to have accomplished so much. And she should be on Time magazine or something. How do I get you on Time? Empress Rose, welcome.
Thanks for having me. I mean, can you see the gray? I'm not as young as you think. I just learned to take care of myself, so people think that I'm actually younger than what it is that I am, and I applaud that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to tell persons my age, which I'm one of those women that will not tell my age. So
okay, so don't tell it. We won't ask because I'm forever 32.
Well, you're a little bit older than me. I'm stuck around 28, and that won't change no matter how many years is added. Matter of fact, I just had my birthday this Sunday, so yes. I'm coming off of my 28th birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday! Happy 28th.
Thank you.
Congratulate you on that. You have a very diverse background. Your bio, your CV, your resume is very, very diverse. Let's go back to you were born in Jamaica. Jamaica. Everybody is saying hello. So hi. That's my girl, Betty Love. Hello, Betty Love. Thank you for tuning in. So born in Jamaica. Give me a bit of your history, my dear.
Well, the three industries that relatively drive the arts from Jamaica is what I embody. And I grew up actually in those three industries. As you know, within the U.S. schools, where it is that athletics is not compulsory. In Jamaica, it's compulsory. You have to do athletics. So, and it's a wide range in terms of athletics, and you're able to choose what you'd like to be or what exactly works for you. Long distance, sprinting, just different parts of athletics. But I started out in school doing track, and I was very good at it. I ran everything and I won everything. So that was great. And when I say I won everything and ran everything, I was running sprinting and I was doing long distance. But I was just so driven that no matter what it is that I'm doing, I will not allow them to win. I would not allow them to win. So it is that I just very motivational in terms of that itself. And then for the arts, I'm a very good, actually a very good painter and a very good artist. Right now at my past high school, there are paintings that I've done while I was in school that sits in the hallways and different parts of the school as well. So yes, I do that as well. And then for the music, I've been writing music ever since I can remember. I started writing, I would say around 7 years old, writing my own songs. And if you had to find one of my old textbooks, you will find lyrics written in them. That's something that I've always been doing for a very long time. So as I grew, I wanted to learn more about the industry. I didn't know which part of the industry it is that I would actually end up being in, or off. So throughout the years, it took me different parts of the world, different sections of the music industry. And then I decided to settle down with the part that conveniently, it's like not working because it is that I know that part of what it is that I choose to do. However, without even knowing it, the music industry is ever changing, so you have to be up to par with what is going on and knowing how to handle what's going on. So yes, regular workshops and stuff like that comes in handy as well, but knowing the primary is also great.
Okay.
That's it in a nutshell. To start off, I'm trying to go live on my Instagram, by the way. A few persons
Oh, okay.
want to see
We're
me live on
always, we are
Instagram, and I'm like, okay,
definitely
I
always
don't,
multitasking, and there's
yeah.
absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if you could go ahead on your Instagram, take your time and do that. And everyone that's logging in on my Facebook and YouTube, welcome to Women Wednesday with Lady B Bless. If you guys want the link, it's www.youtube.com/Lady B Bless. Facebook, www.facebook.com/Lady B Bless. I thank you guys very
Mm-hmm.
much for logging in this Wednesday. Okay, so much talent from a young age. 7
Yeah.
writing in your books, writing stories and running track, athletic, sports, music. How did you decide what happened like in the formable years, say like high school and then college, leading up to the position that you hold now in the industry?
Mm-hmm. Leading up to the position that I'm at, what's the question? I'm sorry.
Right. You started out, you say like 7 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
how did you let me see the word I'm using for, how did you hone your skills to lead up to where you are now?
Well, I there are different things that I did in the industry that helped me up to this point. I've done so much different things. I've worked in general. I've worked in general, just primary jobs. Um, you know, um, Being in the studio, working one on one with persons, knowing or figuring out how it is that the studio worked at a very young age, and then mastering it. You know, Over time, one of the competitions I won in the U.S. actually, I Standard, which is a reputable beat making competition, and I was one of the first women to win on my end. And it kind of put me in a different light because where it is persons used to tell me that I am talented, I never realized how talented I was until I actually had the opportunity to win that event, and it kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I got a talent. So, maybe I should focus on certain parts of the industry. So I started focusing a little bit more on writing and producing as well, to the point where it is that, yeah, now I am hitting the charts and I'm writing for artists, that their material is hitting number one. So I guess I do have a talent.
I guess you do. as we put it so humbly and modestly. So you've been on the
Yes.
Billboard charts. How many number ones have you gotten so far on Billboard?
To date, eight. To date,
Eight.
to date, eight. Yes, and most recently, it's Anthropology. That song itself, which I did a documentary based on what anthropology is about, and wrote a song based on what's happening in our world today. It's quite interesting that the song that I wrote about what's going on in the world today, but I wrote it before COVID, and there are things that's going on right now, that if you had to go and listen to the song, it really highlights what is happening right now. So I don't want to say I'm a prophet, but yeah.
Well, just say that it was very profitable.
It's very profitable, and it's profitable in more ways than one, because various persons in various parts of the world is actually I've listened to it, and I've reached out to me, and it has put me in different professions than I even wanted to be as well. So, you have to go in and check out the documentary. It's called Making Anthropology Album. And the song itself is available across these various social media digital platforms. And just racking up in terms of getting film nominations as well for the documentary.
Do you have a snippet of the documentary for us to view today?
Say again?
Do you have a snippet of the documentary for us to view?
No, but I'm not sure if you're able to like grab something off YouTube, for instance. We can. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to do that before now.
Oh, it's okay. We'll see if I could grab something in between and then showcase it so people could understand the work that you're doing. So do that. And now you're into management. I know there's several artists that you manage as well as athletes that you manage. How did you move into management?
Well, as in any and everything as it pertains to what it is that you do, if you do it well, over time, they're going to come. And I guess like persons saw that before I even did. So with training for the Olympics, there were athletes that were already contacting me and asking me, if I could coach them or if I could help them, to get to a certain point of their career. And the more they contacted me, I started to look towards, okay, maybe I should also think of this as a profession. I got injured in 2000, and when I got injured, that injury cost me almost 2 years where I was unable to walk. So with that injury, I decided to turn, how full I was, whether it be that, I didn't end up being an Olympic athlete, but there is a lot of things I achieved with training for the Olympics in track and field. So I used those accomplishments and motivation to start my own track and field team. And then along the way, from persons knowing who I am and what it is that I'm capable of doing, they started to reach out to me and ask me to either manage their career or to train them, in track and field as well. So outside of all of that, yes, I do coach as well.
Wow. So where do you find time? There's only 24 hours in the day.
Yes, believe it or not, there's only 24. But one thing I've learned from years from doing this is that planning is everything. Having a timetable, sticking by it is everything. And over the years, I've learned to do that. I've learned to basically have a schedule and stick to it. And when you do plan for certain things like that, if something goes wrong, then you know what else it is that you can move. For instance, if we had this interview and I did not show up, I'm pretty sure you have another option that you would have used. So it's kind of like the same thing. You plan ahead, so if something doesn't go right, if you have to cancel something, that there is another way you could go about it. So yeah, as I said, to be frank with you, 80% of what I do is like working because I've been doing it for a long time. So it feels like I'm just going about my business and just regular activity. The next 20% is keeping up with the times and the industry and attitudes as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
I want to touch base on that. Keeping up with the trends in the entertainment industry, the athletic industry, and then also now we have COVID to throw into the mix. How has that been? Because I know with a lot of I know with the musician side of it, it's been very hard for them to get shows. It's very hard for them to get gigs. Most of
Mhm.
the venues have closed down. So how have you adjusted in this period right now as we go into COVID? We're still dealing with COVID.
Frank with you, before COVID came around, and I are in my saying they're waiting on COVID surpass. We don't have any idea when COVID will go somewhere, you know.
Right.
But a lot of things that I've been doing, I've been doing before. So there wasn't me just promoting different business, and that will be of an extent. We can market and promote locally, and that worked for us. As well as before it got to the COVID side, we were already virtual concerts. We're
Okay.
trying to have the artists just have to do virtual concerts. We were having issues with them. They do not want to do it. They want to do it. As well. There is an audience, often an audience, there's an audience. Those options were exercised before COVID audience. Now it's themselves to decide going to wait until COVID's passed or all of the above before it is that to keep moving as an artist. If it is not seasonal, you know, your occupation is not seasonal, so why should it be seasonal? And different
Right.
ways and means of doing it.
Right.
We come up with different ways to still sell the artist to the man. Yeah.
Yeah. Because despite COVID, you still have to make a living.
Of course, they have to make a
Yeah.
living. They have to make a living as well. But also it's a direct word because we're dealing with an economy and we're dealing with mid-sized economy with who the numbers as were before. So it's like even though persons want to hear art, not everybody is purchasing music,
Right.
and more people sometimes don't have the money. They rather use it for buying necessities, which is food, toilet paper, all
Right.
that stuff.
Yes.
So the
Yes.
necessary things they're going to purchase, things of the music, they're using other routes such as Spotify and other places to stream the artists. What the artist also is that the you get paid for streaming is the same amount that you get somebody can purchase your song.
Yes. It's
You
different.
understand? So in terms of bringing those streaming to equal the amount for what your business is being sold, you have to think of ways to get it to a bigger, a larger amount of group of persons that will want to listen. You have to become creative, aka challenges and memes and different things to get persons to listen to the song so the streaming could go up. So it's kind of like some artists don't want now because they feel as if they don't make anything, and some artists say no by going about their business and doing, still keep it moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the artists also have to have an understanding of how the market has changed. In my era, we had the records, not it's at my age. We had the record. I've even seen 8-track. So I've seen 8-track. So that's how I would just go back. My father had a car with an 8-track. From 8-track, we had cassettes. From cassettes, we had CDs. From CDs, we have MP3s. And now we have streaming. So there's no one buying CDs anymore. No one is downloading the music anymore. So everyone is streaming. And that is where revenue now in the artist industry is coming from, right?
Yes. And the platforms are saturated. And you know, it's like when you put music out there yourself that you are the artist, it's okay for the artist to feel as if, well, you know, this is me, and I know my song is great. Nobody wants to come out not knowing that it's great. There are things that they should think about well when it is they decide to put songs out in the industry. And what is the, you know, their target? Who are their target audience? Everybody on social media audience. And if you do not have an audience yourself, I don't see any opposite that you're expecting to have, or there are certain expectations when you yourself do not have an audience. And you have to put yourself in your perspective. You do not leave your career in anyone's hands, no matter how much it is that you're signed with a label or someone is managing you. You have to tell yourself each and every day you get up that you're going to better your career as well. You cannot leave your career 100% in anybody's hands, because you do not know at any time, at any place, anything can happen. You cannot be 100% dependent on a label and or a manager.
Right. Because at the end of the day, you still have to put in the work. You still have to engage with your audience. And then sometimes the manager may also have several artists. Go ahead, dear.
I was able to say, an example. I have artists who haven't been in the business, and then they decided to come back now. It's very hard when an artist comes back, and the reality, I have to give the reality, because I don't have to play games. I'm not getting any younger, I'm getting older. And this is business. I don't have time to sugarcoat. But the artist that's been in the industry, one is from you have had your platforms, regardless if they have a blue tick verification or not. And because of blue tick verification, you think it's that you can just go about your business and no one hear for 5 to 6 years, and then you decide to come out with a song. And then you think that because you have a blue tick verification that they're going to come running. I got news for you. It's not going to happen. You're not special. Your name is not Bob Marley.
Or Lady B.
No, it's not going to happen. So you have to build your audience. So when I tell some of these guys that, listen, we have to get the audience interested in who you are again before we release this product. And even when we release this product, you have to find something and to keep that audience. Online audience is not the same as offline audience. It's actually harder to keep them. You have to come up with a strategy that works for you, and that is going to help them. So it's very hard telling some of these guys who think they're superstars and that the world should come bowing at their feet.
Yeah, it makes your job harder because they lack that understanding of the industry, especially in today's time. You know, the I got 1,000 hits on Facebook. I know I'm famous. Attitude needs to stop. It really needs to stop, because you have to put in the work. And like you said, it's harder to hold an online audience because they will come and they'll click your page and you won't see them again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then you have the ones that request you, and they just request you to find out what it is that you're doing. It's a dog world out there, because I see that there are a few things that they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And by all means, I'm flattered that you can take my ideas and run away with them. They're out there, you know. I don't sharing them in terms of what it is that I do. But at the end of the day, people have to recognize that these platforms, you have designed yourself a certain way. So you have people who think that it is there to go on social and create a fool, and have 10,000 persons click on the foolery that they just established, and that makes them famous. And you know, and it's the total different from what your brand is. So now is that you capture that audience, but how long can you have that foolery? You know, being out there and telling yourself you're somebody that you're not. Sooner or later, they're going to realize that's not what you're about, and that you only do that. So now it is they were interested in your entertainment, but you're not able to continue entertainment, and they're going to move away from it.
Yeah, and that's what we see happening a lot.
Business as it means music itself. Oh yeah. There are particular genre that are subjected to that. I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna do just about anything, gonna get me known.
Yes.
You know, I just think good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you cannot maintain that type of audience forever. Sooner or later, they're going to get tired of your tricks, and they'll move on to the next clown, as you say, the next person posting the foolery. Because some people come to be entertained on social media.
Yeah.
And they say now people, their attention span is very short.
Very short. Very short.
Your internet is shipping in and out.
Music itself, like even. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break and come back, and we'll try to adjust it. I think maybe I know you guys' weather is getting really bad out there, so let me go to a commercial, and then we'll come back. Right?
We have a storm.
All right.
The Lady Be Blessed Humanitarian Foundation is a USA IRS registered 501c3 public charity. Our mission is to actively and effectively engage in promoting human and social welfare with no prejudice against human suffering on the grounds of gender, sexual orientation, religious, or national divisions. Our main goal is to save lives, relieve suffering, and maintain human dignity. Donate now to support our work. PayPal.me/TLBBH Foundation or cash.app/$TLBBH Foundation. Come join Women Wednesdays with Lady Be Blessed, an empowering podcast spotlighting women in leadership, a weekly look at some amazing women leaders, mentors, role models, change makers, community advocates, presidents, CEOs, executive directors, and boss ladies. These women are women that lead. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live, facebook.com/Lady Be Blessed, youtube.com/Lady Be Blessed. Let us help you win in business. MXZT Digital Tech Solutions. We help small businesses get online with business class website builders, managed WordPress platforms, domain name registration, web hosting, hosted email, e-commerce, and online stored solutions. Our 24/7, 365 support is always available at mxztdigital.com. MXZT Digital Tech Solutions. We help small businesses. Visit us online today.
All right, we're back. Let's see if we could get the internet going straight. How are you doing over there, Empress Rose? Are you hearing me?
I'm good. I know that. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, you're fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, I'm saying that we are getting a storm today. So Between that as well, it's starting to feel like we're in a third world country anyway. The internet has always been giving issues. No, seriously,
Yeah.
I have various persons that I speak with, and it's like they're having issues with the internet and everything. Maybe we are in a third world country.
Oh, we're getting there.
We're getting to do that. We're getting there as well.
Sooner or later, I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm a refugee. I'm coming. I'll be knocking at your door.
You never know. This
You
world
never
is
know.
crazy, and 2020 has showed us the real. That's what I tell people. They say 2020 is bad. 2020 is the real. It shows you who's real. It shows you the fake people. It shows you things that, come 2021, I tell you, it better be a better year. Because I've already
Yes.
weed out a few. So.
Yeah.
You
have
I don't
to
wait
weed
for New
them out.
Year's
Just let them
I don't
go.
wait for
Throw
New
some
Year's to make my
pesticide on them.
resolution.
Throw some pesticide on them.
I do what they
Let
says.
'em dry up.
Yeah.
I crack Rose up. She really thinks I'm a comedian. She's like, Lady B, you do stand up? I stand up to go get my food.
Yeah, like I think I think you're missing out. Look at that. I think you're missing out. I think you should consider comedy. Like seriously.
Yeah.
You should consider,
So they can
the
boo
thing
me
about
off
it
the
is that
stage.
But here's the thing. COVID has opened up the doors for so many possibilities. What you should do is you try it with your audience first. Just like give them 5 minutes of comedy. There's your booster. And then you just up it more and more time, Yeah. It's all about entrepreneurialism.
Yeah, Lady B Blessed, the comedian, coming live, Facebook Live. Watch out, folks. We shall plan for that. Let's move into
Sure
Bridging the
thing.
Gap. Bridging the Gap conference. When I was supposed to do Bridging the Gap Zimbabwe, what was it, 2 years ago?
It's about 3 years ago. Time flies by so quickly.
It's been 3 years. See how time flies. It's been 3 years. So you've had you've branded Bridging the Gap, the Bridging the Gap conference. Give me a start. When did it start? Because I think 3 years ago that was the third one, right?
Yeah. This is the fifth year. This is the fifth year. So 2015 is when we started. And I did it based on music, knowing or having artists within the different countries that are actually reggae artists. And so I saw that there was a gap between professionalism and reality as it pertains to the music industry. Not because I'm Jamaican, but in terms of business and in terms of the genre, because I work in different genres. I have different artists that are of different genre on my label. But I realized that on the reggae end, that things weren't done professionally between Jamaica and between Africa. And I decided to do the Bridging the Gap to kind of bridge that relationship. And one end we had African promoters that were saying that they have paid Jamaican artists and that they did not show up for shows and that they kept the money. That is not cool. On the other end, we had artists from Jamaica that are saying, we're not going to put them playing now. I mean, I'll go on them plane unless me get 100% my money. You see, I was able to do that. Yes. So, yes, we had the Jamaican artists that
were the comedian.
We had people on the Jamaican artist was like, they're not getting on the plane unless it is that they were paid their money up front. And we just have to think about certain things in terms of doing it. So we have on the African end again, where the African promoters is like, his Jamaican artist is always singing and saying they won't come back home to Mama Africa, but it's like they won't come. So what's the reality? I had to kind of research reality to see how this will work and how we can make it work. So for a longer, shorter version of this story is that over the years, we started having African promoters that would then come to myself. So then I became the middle person, where it is that
Mhm.
if they would like to do a tour or to bring an artist in Africa, that I would sign the contract and keep the monies until a certain point. Then I would release the monies to the artist, and the artist would go there and perform with no issues. And
Mhm.
they get their money and everybody's happy. Um, you may ask the question, well, how good is this going? Eh, it goes well for the ones who would like to do it still, because you have some
Mm.
artists that wants their money 100% upfront before they get on a plane. The reality of the issue is that reggae music is poor people's music.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that the structure should be poor or should operate as being poor. Understand? The processes needs to be looked at. They need to be more professional in terms of the doing, so that everyone or a greater percentage can be happy and has no issues traveling to Africa to do what they do. Because what will happen over time is that the I'm not saying the reggae industry is going to be obsolete, but as we know, we have lived in the land of different persons, and sooner or later we're going to get into um, different parts of this industry where it is that somebody will change reggae to some stupid name like fleggae and say they're the one who came up with it, and this is their thing in terms of doing it. So if there's ever a time to rise and be professional about our doings, and to be one-on-one or try to work with Africa, that would be now.
This is a time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Yeah.
since Africa is not affected as much with the COVID as the rest of the world. It's an open market.
Mm. Well, that's a whole different topic. We ain't going to talk about that COVID-19 today. Okay, so yes, but Africa is open to, having shows and stuff like that. So for the artists
Mhm.
themselves, they might want to think about looking into, see if they could get there and do a few shows. They seem to not be as many COVID-19 issues swirling
Right.
around in Africa compared to here. And I've heard different stories, maybe because they have had vaccinations over the years and all of the above. Um, but at the end of the day, I don't think that we know 100% or 100% of the information as it pertains to COVID is being told to us. The reality of what's going on.
Right.
That's my
Right.
belief. I stand by it. By all means, go ahead.
Right.
Send me a message on what your thoughts are on my social media platforms. That is INTL Starz. Go ahead, do it.
And that's on Instagram, YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Facebook, all your platforms. That's INT Stars. And
Yes,
you
that's
guys, that's Stars with a Z.
INTL Starz. Yes,
Yeah.
STARZ. And I'm available across various platforms as well. You can check out my website. It's intlstarz.com. We can learn more about what it is that I do in my world.
You
And
guys, if you're
I
interested,
do call it my world because I stay in my own lane.
she sure do.
Yes, I stay in my own lane.
She don't swerve. So
From
now we
time to
have
time, I may swerve, but when I do, um, it's usually what's the word? It's usually and it's usually memorable when I do swerve.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put your email
Mm-hmm.
in the banner at the bottom of the page so people can get in touch with you. So
Yeah.
now you have incorporated athletes in the Bridging the Gap. The one that we
Mm-hmm.
had on Saturday had a wide variety of musician visual artists and athletes, which I was so surprised. And it was a pleasure for me to meet some of the athletes that you're also managing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I when I first started to do this event in Africa, I was only focused on the music side. But where it is that I ran track and there were athletes in some of these countries that know me, they would ask me to come by as a motivational speaker to speak to some of the athletes as well. Um, and I figure why it is that, just brand it as music. Maybe I should just include the athletic side. And so I end up doing that as well. So when I do this is my first virtual um,
Mm,
conference, which it's actually more work than
mm,
actually being able to travel and be on the ground. Because if when I'm traveling, somebody else has taken that package, somebody else has done the footwork. For myself, I had to do all the work as it pertains to this. Getting all the persons who showed up, speaking to the ones who did not show up, all of that. So it takes a lot more out of me to put this virtual conference together. I could have said, you know what, let it bypass this year and I don't do it. But
mm,
it was a challenge for myself, and it's great to see that I pulled it off because of so many things that happen. You yourself know about things that happen behind the scenes. So for myself, it was a challenge, and it's good to see that I accomplished it. The conference I chose on to be on the December 12th date, my birthday on the 13th, and it was in dedication to my father who passed away on the night of my birthday. Um, you know, 6 years ago. So I dedicated it to him because usually when it comes to November, I don't do anything. I
mm.
usually get into that mode because it was not just my dad, it was my best friend. So I usually get into this mode where I just do not want to be bothered and I am just thinking about the things that happened up to that point where it is that he passed away. So it has been the most interesting for the last 6 weeks with planning this and being able to pull it off as well. So yeah, if I can get through that, then that tells me that I can get over every year in terms of really getting stressed out when it comes to close to my birthday. A birthday is supposed to be a memorable time where it is you celebrate the year or the date that you were born. But for me, I'm always celebrating two things. I'm celebrating my birthday, but as well remembering my father's legacy and what he meant to me and what he meant to persons, every person that he was able to touch during his period or when he had life, when he was alive. Yeah. So the last 6 weeks have been very stressful and we move on.
Yeah.
And it's also
But
taught me lessons. Mhm.
it was a very successful conference. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching the panel. I enjoyed speaking to people and meeting people all over the world. Give a couple of countries that you work with.
Mhm. Yeah, so we had artists and different persons. Let's see. Within the athletics, it was supposed to be Kenya, um, the US, Jamaica, Canada. Within the arts, we had Kenya, Bermuda, Jamaica, as well. I managed the number one visual artist as well out of Jamaica, Sebastian Elliott, and very successful. Most of the paintings that are in the um, Prime Minister's mansion or in the embassy in the airport were done by Sebastian as well. So yes, he's very much alive. And he keeps on racking up the awards as well in terms of his accomplishments and what he's able to do. Um, in the athletics portion, there is Gregory Horton, which I manage Greg Horton as well. He is a three-time Olympic medalist out of Jamaica. And I was able to there's a short film on him right now. It's based on his athletic achievements. So by all means, please check it out. It's on YouTube, currently on YouTube. It's called Almond Town, where he talks about, being able to talk about his success after so many years. And he's giving motivational, you know, the motivational and thinking about training for not just to get through. It's a very trying period for us. There are persons who can't even afford night's meal because of
Yeah.
what's going on. There are persons who don't have a job due to COVID-19. There are also persons who are not used to being restricted, during this process as well. For myself, I'm an introvert, so I'm just getting ready to be on camera. As you know, I only get on camera if I'm being paid. So, Lady B Bless is paying me, and I'm just kidding. She's not. But for myself, it is that I'm an introvert. I like to stay in the back and do what I do. Make great
Even her
music, train
conference,
great
she didn't get
athletes.
on the camera. So I'm very special. I feel so special.
So it is that, stay behind the scene, make great music, write great music, create great beats for the artists to sing on, go in the studio if I have to. And then for the athletes, it is the right great programs, train them. Um, if I'm managing their career, is help, steering their career in the right place.
Mhm.
Um, and for the visual artist, I mean, I only manage one visual artist, and he is the number one visual artist out of Jamaica for years. So I am able to do all of that. But as I say, I've been doing it for a long time. So 80% of the
Mhm.
time, it's I feel as like I'm not working. The next 20% is making sure and staying on top of things and ensuring that it's done effectively, that they're marketed and promoted in various places, and to see how receptive people are towards their work. But yeah, I enjoy what it is that I do. I like to be in the back. I don't necessarily care about being in the front. Um, Not a blue tick person, because my personality speaks volume, which
Mhm.
is higher than a blue tick. Yeah, that's my belief.
Most
So yeah,
definitely. What do
yeah.
you see what is the future holding? What's the future hold for international stars for Empress Rose?
Well, I do have things that are, you know, this is my brand, and I do have a plan for the future, as I do with everything else. Everything that I do, there is a goal. And for the future itself, I wanted to go public this year, but COVID happens amongst other things.
Mhm.
So with the economy improving and stuff like that, it'll have to, you know, necessarily give it some leadway. I would like to go public for next year, but I also need to focus on to see what the economy is throwing back at me. So once it is that my business go public, it means that persons will be able to purchase stocks and bonds into my business.
Mhm.
And I do have worldwide things, not just locally, but globally in terms of what I plan to do. And it includes all three industry, collaborative efforts in music, athletics, and visual arts. So yeah, and that has been mapped out for 12 years. So
Okay.
I'm not working on 2021 stuff right now. That already is mapped out for 10 years. I'm working on 2022 and 2023 stuff right now, but I'm prepared for 2021. If COVID exists, you may see a
Right.
little bit more of myself and my beautiful hair.
I know
I
your
keep
hair
on
is
getting,
gorgeous. Absolutely.
I keep on getting those comments, and I think persons ask me that because it is that I just stay to myself. I do what it is that I do, so I don't focus on things like that. Yes, if I'm going to come on an interview, then yeah. Yes, and someone has asked me in the comments. It is my hair, 100%.
Yes.
Everything is real from top to bottom. I wear nothing fake. Everything is real. So yes, that's my hair, and it's very long. Reaches me at my knee, but
Wow. Okay, let's talk about the hair. How long does
yeah,
this take to wash?
about an hour and a half.
And how long
Yeah.
does it take to dry?
Well, to get my hair curly,
days.
I don't like my hair straight. I like it curly like this because I just prefer because I like the bounce and stuff like that as well. So to get my hair curly like this under the drying because it's very thick, um about 4 days, and I sit
I
under the
knew it.
dryer for 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, but that's okay
Yeah.
because
It's
I'm doing it
beautiful.
for me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I get the compliments all the time. I don't do my hair like this when I travel because it becomes a distraction.
Mhm.
I've actually missed flights because of that. It's either my glasses or my hair or something. So I just wear my hair in braids and put a scarf on. And when I get to events like I have to do the conferences and stuff, then I wear my hair like this. Yeah,
Mhm.
but so if you see me with braids in, I may look differently compared to when my hair is out like this. I look way different when my hair is
And
out
how
like
long
this.
does
And
it take
now,
to braid when you put in the individual braids? How long does that take?
another hour and a half.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes maybe more than an hour and a half. But yeah, for the most part, an hour and a half as well. So it takes a good while to wash and all of that. And I do it every 2 weeks because um, cleanliness is also part of godliness. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Beautiful. I thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to get on camera, first of all.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Um, yeah,
No,
but
we
it
talk
was
all
a
the time. We never video chat. She's never on camera.
yeah, I don't do camera. I started doing camera for one of my shows, and that show ended up being an award-winning show. We won recently, Sports World 2020, and the host, I moderate the show, but he's the host, and he's the one who actually have me start being on camera. And you should see, if you had, when I go back, I don't even watch myself because when you go back and look at how I looked, I was so miserable getting on air, but there's something to be said when you're very driven and you only know about
Yes.
doing work to actually get paid. I don't know any other way. I don't know about scamming. I don't know any about that. All I know is about working to get money. So, I have to go outside the ring in terms of that. I'm an introvert. I don't want to be on camera, but if I have to make money, I am going to be on this camera. So, yeah.
Yeah. I could really relate to that because I'm a radio personality, so for me it's all about the voice. It's never about the face. So in time
Mm-hmm.
of COVID, I had to realize, like, I need to stay relevant. So I had to do something that would have my brand stand out. So now I'm doing the live shows on Wednesdays. And I'm not a comfortable person in front of the camera, but I've grown since May. When I first started out, it was very hard for me to sit on camera. It was like I was always like, because you feel that you always have to maintain this sort of look when you're on camera,
Oh,
like
you were
people are
smiling?
watching you. Huh?
Well, you were smiling. I was doing the opposite. Oh my gosh, I go back and I watch those videos. It's like I'm pouting and I'm like, all right, let's
Yeah.
get this over with.
Let's get this over
Um,
with. And my
yeah,
face
but
was
I
hurt.
say,
My face would be hurting afterwards. And our face, like, I'll be like, this is hard. This is like exhausting my face. So after a while,
mhm.
you learn to relax and you just, I'm just laid back now, girl. I'm just chill.
Well, a correction, because I did say if it is that I have to make money that I have to get on camera. That's not 100% correct, because
Mm,
one of the things that made me started doing that show was completely because motivational, and to motivate other athletes, because I know they're going through a very trying time. It's like they're used to
yes.
being outside and going for a run, and we went through that period where you're waking up to persons that are being killed because it is they go for a run or whatever reason, and you as an athlete thinking you want to go outside, but then you remember seeing this on TV. No matter what, if it's true or not, you're thinking to yourself, do I really want to go for a run? And it's COVID,
Right.
and while I'm out there, it's lingering. So the athletes are going through a lot as well. So in terms of being motivational, I decided that, you know what, let me go on. Let's talk. Let's get some of these athletes who are former, who are former athletes. Once an Olympian, they're always an Olympian, but former athletes that have competed, and let's bring them in so that they could share their experiences and to keep other athletes upbeat, so that they don't give up on their dreams and think that, COVID is canceled this year, so I've canceled and I'm not going to train. So
Yeah.
that was firstly why it is that I did it, because of course I did not get paid for that, you know but I got a bigger pay because it is that the show ended up getting nominated for an award, and we did win an award. So yeah, we're just not Sports World 2020, we are an award winning Sports World 2020.
Well, I must want to say congratulations to every one of your accomplishment. You deserve more of all the hard work that you're doing. And one day the Time Person of the Year cover will come. We manifested. We have spoken it, so it shall happen.
I'm not
I
waiting though.
want to say,
You see, for myself,
right, right.
it's like, and that's why I say that for myself, I stay in my own lane because I don't wait for awards or anything like that. I just
Mhm.
go out and do what it is that I do. There are persons who
Right.
think that, you know, um, I should be celebrated because of things that I do between being a humanitarian and everything else. But as long as I'm walking in faith and I'm doing what's right, and there I do know that there is a creator. I don't know if he's black or white. That's right. I do not know if he's black or white, but I know there's a higher power. I just keep on doing what it is that I do. You know, my success will speak for itself. I don't have to, go out there and be crazy on any internet platform to be seen so that people can realize exactly what it is that I do. I share my
Yeah.
accomplishments here, there, and everywhere sometimes. This morning I shared an award where I got it maybe about a month ago, and I never posted it. I don't post everything, so not everything that's on social media shows all my accomplishments, because
Mhm.
if I had to, people would get tired of it and would
Yeah.
probably start leaving my page, or um I would be celebrated so much more that I don't know if, you know what other persons would think about me as well. I'm not concerned about what others think about me, but yeah, there's a lot of things that I've accomplished that I do not put on social media. I'm not there for that. My work speaks for itself.
I can understand that. We could talk forever, right?
Yeah. Could we talk about that comedy that you should be doing?
No, we cannot. That subject is not up for debate. I am not
So
a comedian.
to all the listeners out there, please reach out to Lady B Bless and have her do a few jokes for you each week, so that she can feel comfortable enough to go on stage, because I'm telling you, she's a comedian. She is a comedian. I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
I've heard
Yeah.
you, Empress Rose. I've heard
Am I
you.
the first one? Wait a minute. Am I the first one to ever say that to you?
No, my sister tells me that all the
Okay.
time.
See what I'm
People
talking
tell me
about?
I have friends who are like they tell me all the time I should do
Residual
stand up.
residual income. There you go.
Residual income, yes,
Mhm.
generational wealth.
That's right. That's right. And you know how it is we do. Yeah.
Yes. The money have to run.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, but for what it's worth, I hope that your audience is able to,
She's still on the comedian bit.
reach out to you as well.
And she
Um,
sounds so sincere too.
no, for real, I'm serious. I
She
like
is
when it is that
serious.
I like when I see that I walk among people in my circle, and I see things that they don't see in terms of making additional income and being on a higher scale than what it is you do. I really think you have a skill that you should exercise. Yeah.
Stand
So
up comic, yeah? Okay.
there you go.
I want to call Saturday Night Live and see if they'll get me in. Like, plug me in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're gonna have to but with all due respect, it is that it is for yourself as well. you know you would advise persons to take it step by step. So that's what I'm saying. If you're able, when you start your show every day, just do a 3-minute routine of like
Okay.
stand up, and then it's going to build itself before you know it. That's something different. That's the idea of social media. You do things that are unique that nobody else is doing. So you just start off with 3 minutes of comedy, you know, to get it going. I'm pretty sure your persons on your platform will appreciate that. For myself, what's unique about me is that I have 20 million glasses and I have a unique hairdo. A lot of
Okay.
persons don't know that it's actually dreadlocks. Um, yes, they are dreads. So that's what's unique about me. For International Starz, it's unique because we do harbor three industries and three industries that are of great value as well. So, Lady B Bless should be unique. We're coming out with 1 to 3 minutes of comedy to introduce for next year. There it is.
2021, let be blessed the comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are waiting on that one. Salute.
Yeah.
Thank you
So,
so much. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're
mhm,
gonna wrap it up. Everyone, email is at the bottom of the screen right there. Check it out. Check the
mhm.
spelling. Get in touch if you're an artist. I'm gonna take that back. Not if
Lisa,
you're
get in touch.
an
Get in touch
artist.
if you're an artist. By
No,
all means, you can get in
I
touch,
want to
but
take
there's a
that back
long line
because
of artists.
yes,
Yeah.
I want to take that. If you are a hardworking, disciplined,
Patient,
determined artist,
patient, patient.
patient, yes, athlete, artist, visual arts, get in
Mm-hmm.
touch because the laziness is too much. I
Oh,
did
yeah.
artist management for a good 25 years. I know about lazy artists. So don't get in touch if you want social media to do everything for you. Don't get in touch if 2 days later you think you're going to get residual income. Don't get in touch if you put out a routine and then you're looking for 1 million views on YouTube within 24 hours. These things don't happen unless you are a A-lister star.
But even
So
A-lister stars don't even get that too.
exactly. So all my YouTube artists, my Facebook artists, no, don't reach out. You don't have that
I am
time.
I am so glad that you emphasize that, because we
Yes.
have for even right now we have some of our artists that don't understand it, is that you have to learn to crawl before you
Mhm.
walk. You
Yes.
understand? And it is not going to happen overnight. It is
Right.
not going to happen overnight, but you just may get lucky,
Yes.
along the
Yes.
way. And there are a lot of, listen, search your industry and see how many other artists are just like you that exist. And ain't
Yes.
nothing like we are promoting an artist and then you go to their page and they have nothing. We're over here promoting your single. And then you have a page where you're supposed to be promoting your single and go to your page.
Yeah.
And all I see is a girl bent over. I don't even see her face. And
Honey,
Females, let's put some respect on it, because I am really tired of going through a female's page and I see, finish the rest
Ass.
of the statement. Be right before her face. Like, seriously, where are the females in this industry?
Not even ass, just ass going like this.
Right. When, you know,
and you want the respect. It will never
and
come.
you want the respect on your name, and you brand
It will never
yourself.
come.
You brand yourself that way, where it is that your brand is that you're a professional in a suit and tie and all of the above, but you're selling yourself as something else on the other side.
Yes.
Listen, we have known to do great things for authors, but we are not Jesus Christ, and that one I can't fix.
We cannot walk on water, people.
That one I
wish I
can't
could
fix.
turn water into wine. I mean, but I won't be able to do it.
Right.
It'll never work.
That's correct.
See, and just artists, educate yourself. Some artists don't even know it takes 3 months for your stream to pay out. That, you know, these things take time.
And not only that as well, I correct you there, because it's not always 3 months. Because when you talk
3 weeks, I meant 3 months. You're right.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that even when 3 months come and they get a first check, it's nothing. Right. If you're continuing to do the work as you should, because you have artists who puts out their material and think that, oh my God, my song is coming out Friday, and they saturate the platforms by promoting this here, there, everywhere, and then the day of the release comes, and then the next day you don't hear anything about it.
Nothing.
Really? That's not how it works.
So we talk about the Jerusalem song. How old is that song? What is it, about 2 years old before it hit?
About 2-3 years. I have a friend in the industry where it is that he actually marketed a single for 2.5 years before it went, before it hit anywhere. Yes. The song ended up becoming platinum. He marketed and promoted that song for how long? Yes. So you can't come to me and think that you're going to bring one song to me and then I'm going to be 2 weeks. Girl, please. You have some of them that would like to know what comes out the Friday and they want to know what happened on the Monday.
Yeah, I need to be on TV. HBO hasn't called me yet. It's been 2 weeks. What's going on?
Right.
It doesn't work that way, people.
Doesn't work that way at all. Yeah. At all. Especially, you know, I have my views as it pertains to social media as well, because I feel like there are so many businesses that are popping up, but the relevant business that are out there, you do not hear about them. The relevant people that are actually spending their money, they don't know anything about them. But it appears that if you're of a different color, that people know about you right off the bat, how much you have strived. You did not, you couldn't afford a nice meal, and here it is, you create this thing and how it got off and you're doing all of this. I could sell the same story till I'm blue in the face, and I will be at the same place that I am because of the color of my skin. Yeah. Trust and believe that. And we're talking about a business right now that I built, starting out with 10 cents.
Well, you have to. You have to. Color your skin and you're a woman.
Yes.
2 barriers.
Yeah. But and as well, but from an industry where it is that they have more respect for male than female. And there's something that I learned from my mom, from my parents years ago. I always wanted to do international business. And when I talked to my parents about it, and they said, listen, there's a few things you should know. If you're going to do international business, it is that you want to learn the language, because you want to bond with the people at the bottom. They're the ones that will get you to where you need to go, not the ones at the top. The ones at the top is going to need money and power so that you rub shoulders with them. The ones at the bottom are your longevity.
Yes.
Understand? Yes. That's the first thing. The next thing as well is to get to know their language. There's just a reason why I speak 9 languages. How many persons know that? I don't tell people that, because I want, when you're talking about me and you think I don't know what you're saying.
You're speaking 9 languages. I'm still learning language.
That I know what you are saying. And that's the reason why I have an international platform, because I'm able to bond with them one-on-one. The next thing my parents told me, they said, listen to me very carefully. If you sleep with persons in this industry, they will call you a bitch. And if you don't sleep with them, they will still call you a bitch. So you need to figure out which one of those bitches you would like to be.
Okay? A bitch with the legs closed.
That's right. That's right.
My people that's listening in the group, you guys, when you comment on my end, I'm seeing Facebook user. If you guys want your name to show, you have to give StreamYard permission to show your name. These are the people in the Facebook group, because it's a private group. So the app is attached to your comment for the stream. You have to grant StreamYard permission to show your name. Then I'll see your name, or else you guys are like, hey, Lady B, what's up, Lady B? And I don't know your name. So Facebook user, thank you.
Yes, I see the viewers are responding. But yeah, those were the things that were told to me, and I always consider those things. So for myself, no, you probably will not hear about who I am. You probably have listened to a few of my songs. There are songs that I've written before I knew the business, and I heard my songs playing on the radio, and I never got a dime for it. Why? It was because I did not know the industry. So I say this to every artist as well. It's like, you need to do your homework. Everyone is not going to tell you how your industry works. It's your industry and you know how to do it. What did I do? I invested money into this industry when I didn't know what I was doing. I just told myself I'm Jamaican and I know reggae music and that's what I'm going to do. That's not enough. It is not enough. And it showed me that it was not enough, because what? It's left me, just like I said at the beginning of this conversation, I have a story too. Because that left me homeless, living out of a car with my 2 kids. But what did I do? Did I lay down and play dead and tell everybody that, oh, no. I got up and I restarted my career and I learned about the business and I came back stronger. So for all the people that would ever come at me and think to themselves that I have to sleep with you to get where I am, it's not going to happen. To all the persons as well, I have a message, Lady B. You know I have a message. So for all the persons that keep on trying to hack my system and my bank accounts, keep trying. Because you will never get me to stop what it is that I do.
Right.
The only way I know to survive is by working. I do not know about stealing from people or scamming people. And that's what it is that I'm going to keep on doing.
Yeah.
And I do it very well.
Thank you.
And I do it very well. Denoted by the happy persons that work with me versus the unhappy ones. That speaks for itself.
That speaks volumes. And you're absolutely right. When all you know is working, I tell you, I've been working since I was 17. I don't know anything else. And I'll probably work until I'm 70 because that's what I do. It's in my system. It's in my blood to work. But oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Say, is it my DNA, right? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
We are definitely industry go-getters. So most definitely, I thank you for being on. We went a little bit over time, but I like to talk about the industry because I was part of the industry for so long. And, you know, you and I have talked several times for hours about the foolery. I was going to use another word.
The foolery. The foolery, girl.
You know the word that Caribbean people will use, right?
Yeah, because it's the foolery
that's going on in the industry. Yeah. But
because it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting where it is someone will come to you for your services and they don't have the respect for you. They will not give you the respect you deserve, but then they would either leave and go to a male who will not even do as much as you would have done for them, but they have more respect for that male.
Who can't even read or write?
Let's not go there because we know of a few where it is that they're giving their opinion, and if they had their names on a piece of bread, they would eat it. Yeah. And you're giving your professional opinion to somebody. We're not knocking you by saying that you should not eat. But
Yes.
understand that respect is due when it is that we have paid our dues to this industry and what it is that we do for a
Yes.
living. So when
Yes.
you're going to, you know for yourself that you don't even know how to spell your name correctly, but you want to give people advice, listen, don't play with us.
Yes. Or you go to a yoga instructor to be your manager and you expect it to blow in the industry and you have someone with
Mhm.
zero managerial skills or the know-how or resources to be a manager, but because they're cute or because they're giving you money or whatever that you want them to now, oh, can you manage me? Stop it. Stop
Mhm.
it. Stop
Yeah,
it. Cease and desist. The industry,
we
I'm
do
a
not.
certified artist manager. I went to school in New York for artist management to be a certified artist manager. You see, so
Mhm.
you and also I went to Full Sail University a couple years ago and took entertainment management courses. So the time that we put in to gain this knowledge, and then you guys want to come and downplay it. This my big up my guy. Oh, Elder, how are you? Can you see me? Oh yes, I see you. Hi.
Yeah,
So
the thing the
definitely
thing is we're out here saying what you're saying, but we're not going to wait around for the respect to come either. We're going
right.
to work and do what it is that we do and continue to do it because that's our livelihood. That's what we do. But the disrespect, we are not going to stand for it. I don't know about
And we
anybody else, but I
shouldn't.
know for
We
myself,
shouldn't.
I I'm not going to do it because anything that's going to cost me my sanity, it's not for me.
Right.
It's not for
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard work. It's hard work. I've managed artists and I've taken them to a certain area, a certain level, and someone will come along and flash their teeth or flash their ass or flash something and then they're gone. Make them
Hmm.
weak promises and then they're gone. You
No
see? So
loyalty.
no loyalty, no loyalty. So this industry, it is what it is. And Lady Be Blessed is no longer in the music industry. However, we
Oh, I
have
could
Empress
never.
Rose.
I'm telling you, and I need her. I really need her to come back in this industry
Oh, she's
because
the
then
only
it
one.
is,
She's always trying to
uh,
draw me in.
because then it is what I could just like some of those unnecessary people I could put off to her where
Ah,
it may take a longer time for me to say but for her she catches the bullshit quicker than I
I
wouldn't say
don't
she
play. I
catches it.
can't. I
I
don't
like
play.
to give people chances, and that's what the issue is. But as it comes, and they say when you rise, you lose people. When you're rising, you lose persons because it is that they can never understand why it is that you need to be on a higher level and this is a professional industry.
Hmm.
They want you to
Hmm.
stay down there with them and act a fool. I am not
I'm
going on
not.
social media with you bending over and showing nobody my ass to get where I gotta get to. I am going to
Yes.
do it just as how I know how to do it the professional way. I'm sorry if that's
Yes.
my brand. That's how I brand myself. If you want the foolery, go find a foolery manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
And I
I'm not
have
here
no
for that.
problem letting them know you need to take several seats because Lady B is not the one. Simple. And then the option of picking up that call becomes my option. I don't have the time, the
Mhm.
mentality. As you grow older, as you mature in this industry, your mind you no longer have the mental capacity for foolery nonsense. You no longer could take it.
Here's something that a lot of artists also don't understand. We have a life outside of you. There is a personal life outside of we doing whatever we do for you. There is a personal life, and it does not include you. That's why it's called personal. You understand? And if I'm giving up 18 hours of my day and there's only 6 hours left for my personal, the least you could have is some respect. Like, seriously, the
Yes.
least you can have is some respect. But again, as I said, we are not here because we're looking for pointers or
Right.
points. We're just stating the facts in terms of our industry. In terms of it is that we do whatever we do, and we've been doing it for a long time. And the evidence is there to show the quality work that's being done. But what we're saying, there's a lot of businesses that are popping up out of COVID-19. And you're going to see a lot of persons that are not of my complexion that are going to be highlighted across the platforms that says, oh my God, yeah, look at it. You know, she was homeless and she just rise to the occasion and she has this business and she's out there. Yeah, it needs to stop. The color thing
Marissa,
needs
he
to
remembers
stop.
back in the day. I remember.
And the female downplay needs to stop. Like, seriously.
We talk about the women in the industry is a different subject for a whole new different day. We don't even have the time and effort to go into the nonsense these women are putting
Exactly.
down with in this industry, because it would take us hours upon hours.
Hours.
I remember one time I
Hours.
would tell an artist, do not bring me any video with another woman shaking her ass in the video. Do not, do not tag me or send me, because at the end of the day, it's really ridiculous. Is that the only thing? At one point, all the songs were sucking out their mama, juking this and spinning on that.
Yeah.
Where's the creativity?
It's that. And the thing about it is that, you know, they're music of different genre, and it's of the art. And I celebrate all the arts. I celebrate all the arts.
I love music.
You understand? Not gonna knock it. You understand? But the idea is that know your brand, stick to what your brand is, and get to know your industry and how it works. It is we're doing a lot of things online right now, and we've been in COVID since they decided to lock down since March.
Yes.
Take that time to do some reading, you know. Take that time to do some reading and educate yourselves.
What I mean? Bad man not read.
Well, if you don't want to read, then find a girl that could read to you, or she could understand, and then let her, you know, tell you what it is that she has read. By all means, and there are different ways that it is as well that information can be transferred to yourselves. But listen, for all it's worth, okay, you are welcome to send me messages and you know what it is that I've given people different pointers in terms of the industry and where they can go to get certain things. So if you would like to send information, if you would like to request information in terms of your music and what can you do to make it better and different things like that, you're welcome. You can send an email to internationalstars@gmail.com. By all means, check me out, my website, internationalstars.com. And I am across your social media, INTL Starz, that is, okay? And I would say, if you request me, I will greatly, you know, approve you. And we hope that you will follow us and, you know, check out what's happening as well. And do leave comments as well on our post. That's one of the, you know, the things that show us that it is that we're bonding. No more than some persons just come there and they just watch what we do. And then they mirror.
They just want to be in reading.
No, but you know what? It's not even that. But you have some persons that come on and they watch what we do and they go and try it themselves. And when they don't get the results, then they come back. But we do not knock you. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So by all means, continue to follow us. And we hope that you get all the knowledge it is that you gain from our insights and what it is that we post.
Yes. We are there for you after all. It's what we love to do.
Yeah. By all means. By all means. Yes. So
no, she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
We will.
Rose has several podcasts.
Another time.
Give your podcast. I'm coming at you, lady. Elder said he's coming at you. I know you can see his comment. He's in there.
So he's an
artist. He's an artist. He's a manager. A good friend of mine. who I don't see that often. So sometimes he go into hiding and sometimes he come out and then I'm like, oh, you're here again. But he's very supportive. I think he did a drop from my radio station over 5 years ago, Africa Radio, and I still play it today. No, more than 5 years. I'm thinking it's been about 8 years and I still play it today. Loyalty like that you don't get too often in this industry. So when I see loyal people, loyalty is key, people. Loyalty is key.
Yeah, those are the people that I hold. Loyal. Those are the people that I hold in my back pocket. You know, they could call me at the drop of a hat, and I will, you know, give them the time of day. The loyal people that are in this industry, the ones that are just there temporarily to use you and get what it is that they would like to get.
Yes.
I'm on to you. I'm big on energy, so
I don't want to be in your back pocket. Just put me in one of your little pocketbooks, okay?
Well, for the podcast, we do have 5 different podcasts.
Yes, give your podcast.
It's all
MYBB
on the global
loves
global MNE network. So, first I'll start with our award-winning Sports World 2020 podcast, and we have been highlighting former athletes for this year. We have done 2 seasons already. We got nominated for season 1. Season 1, we won an award for one of the breakout shows in COVID that actually is doing well and have great content. It's not just about putting a show together, but we do have great content. And it is just not based on track and field. It's based on all the different sports where there are motivational speakers that come on, talk about what happens in their world and what we have to look forward to, such as 2020 Olympics that has been changed for next year. The second one is the Weekend Vibes. The Weekend Vibes, DJ Reds out of New York is the one on that podcast. And I end up having him to juggle the material on that podcast because I started a top 10, global M&E top 10, and we were getting so much material coming in that I decided to start having the DJ play some of the material so that way persons would get their stuff being played. So I brought on DJ Reds to spin music. So you can check it out. It's called The Weekend Vibes with DJ Reds, and it is doing phenomenal. He has an awesome audience in terms of that. Then you have, again, my global M&E, which is a top 10. Top 10 is not just based on how popular you are. And I stress that because I've had an artist from Jamaica who called me and started swearing at me and telling me that I prefer the African artist because he was number 6 on my chart and because an African artist was number 1. No, I do not have a preference. What I do have a preference with is great music. Okay? I'm a producer. I write.
I can't with some of these artists.
And I make music. So if you're going to call me and swear and tell me that you are Jamaican and it's not authentic and stuff like that, let me just have you know something. When you send your music to me and it's not mixed and mastered, I know that. Don't think because I'm a girl, I don't know that. Okay? So the top 10 is based on how productive, how relevant the production is and how it applies to the theme. Each week there's a different theme for the show. So the theme, for instance, is ghetto youths. And your song don't have nothing to do with ghetto youths, you're not going to get into that top 10. Right, so when we first get the material goes into different folders. When it comes to Ghetto Youths, we go in that folder and we pull out all the tracks, and then I pick the 10 top tracks that it was produced, that was highly produced, and it's ready for radio. That may be what my choice is that week. And guess what? At the end of the day, it's my show. Mm-hmm. So I get to decide who comes out. But just for relevance, yes, It was based on production, and the artist called me and he was yelling and said that he's a relevant artist in the industry and nobody has ever heard of the African artist. Here's what you also need to understand. When you want something that doesn't belong to you, you work harder for it. When you have something that belongs to you and you take it for granted, that's just what you do. So when an African artist goes out there and they produce their song to sound just like a reggae artist, they put in that work. Did you do that? No, because you tell yourself that you're already Jamaican. So all you need to do is go into a booth and sing a song, and it doesn't have to be mixed or mastered. And I'm going to send it to Empress Rose, and she's going to pick me at the top of her charts. News for you, no, it doesn't happen that way. And I'm Jamaican. Okay? So the next podcast we have is called Music Pulse. At Music Pulse, we have a set of DJs across Africa. So if you are an artist that would like to get your songs promoted across Africa, and as well interviews, we do hook you up with some of the DJs who interview you and play your songs. So there you have it in a nutshell. Oh no, I missed one. And the one-on-one music review, where it is that if you're coming out with an album, a single, or an EP, we give an interview based on that, on what your release is. And we also send it out to an A&R platform made up of over 13,000 A&R. And so they're able to hear your upcoming release or your music that has just been released, and they could listen to it and decide, would they like to offer you a contract, or they could take it back to their person and say, look, listen to this artist, he's very good, you know. Hopefully they don't go to your page and you have a girl bend over there and you're not promoting your music. That's that.
That's it in a nutshell.
That's it in a nutshell.
Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Everyone that logged in, I appreciate you guys. You know, I love you guys. I don't think I'll be here next week. It's Christmas Eve. So, right, next Wednesday is Christmas Eve, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, or the day before Christmas Eve. So I don't have anything scheduled for next week, but I want everyone to have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. I'll be back on the 30th, I think. It's in my calendar. I think I do have someone scheduled on the 30th for another episode of Women Wednesday. But everyone that logged in, definitely love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the messages and the comments that came through. And Empress Rose, once again, thank you. I appreciate you giving me your time. She even went overtime. She's going to charge me. She went overtime. She put in a little overtime. It's time and a half, right?
Girl, if this industry had to pay us for the work we put in, they will not be able to pay us.
I know.
Okay, you have people that don't even put in a third of the work that we put in this industry. If they had to pay us, we would be billionaires right now. Okay,
right.
So it's all good. To everyone out there that listened to this interview, you are more than welcome as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you can reach out to myself or Lady B Bless in terms of contacting if you would like to do any kind of visit. And don't be scared by what it is that I have just said to you. I'm just very blunt. I don't have time to play games. Yeah, but I can be nice when I would like to be. That is okay. So there you have it. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for Women Wednesday with Lady Be Blessed. We're going to do something special for the new year. January 20th is what? International Lady Be Blessed Day. We're going to stream live from 12 to 5. 5 hours of Lady Be Blessed. You never know. I may do my comedic, right? Did I say it right? Debut.
Yeah. You should plan to give the audience 1 to 3 minutes of your comedic act, you know, on that day. It's your birthday. Give them something unique.
Okay, my birthday, January 20th, 12 noon to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be live. We're going to have music. We'll have DJs. We're going to have people coming in to say, hey, we're going to have videos from all around the world. So it's going to be a virtual party, but I'm accepting physical gifts. So if anyone wants the address, I am accepting physical gifts.
That's my son's birthday. You and my son share the same birthday.
That's because he's a very wonderful son. He's a
I
very
can speak
wonderful
for
son.
him. I don't know about you.
Ah!
I can speak for him. I don't know about you. But yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Yes, he's Aquarius, of course. Have him log in. All Aquarius on the 20th. I'm going to have everyone log in. Let's celebrate that day. Empress Rose, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We are out of here. You see, everyone
it's a pleasure.
knows. They're like Lady B, you're on too tight. Hello, Franco. You're on air. Yeah, you're on air, Franco. We're doing Women Wednesdays. Franco is a rated producer. He's a record producer out of Houston, Texas. Say hello to Empress Rose.
Hi, Empress Rose. I had to call today and say hello to you. I was so excited when I heard you were coming on the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
She said she's doing well. You can't hear her, Franco, because I have my headphones set in. Do you want to join us in the studio, Franco?
Yeah, let me join on Zoom.
Okay, we're not on Zoom. I'll send you the link on WhatsApp and clicking and enter the studio really quick because we're about to log off. Because I know you're also in the music industry. He's been managing artists from Cameroon and Africa for over 13 plus years.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to send you the link, Franco, so you can pop in really quick, right? So it's coming through. It's coming through in your WhatsApp.
No problem.
All right, so look out for it. It's coming through. You've got the whole world talking.
I did.
Michael Records is out of Houston, Texas, and he said he's very excited about all the things that you're talking about because he's had his struggle as a manager, a producer, and a record label, Franco Records.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just sending him the link right now so he could pop in.
Yeah, it's a very trying industry. I think, all of the industries that I work in, they have their own issues as well. But I think music is the biggest in terms of the different issues, because everyone wants to be in sync and be on the same wavelength. Yeah, everyone wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be on the same wavelength. But what they're not recognizing is like, you have to put in the work. It is not come easy. You may get lucky, but you cannot work on luck. You have to work on putting in the work and persons will see it. When I first started in this industry after going broke, the persons that really helped me, I didn't know. 90% of the persons that helped me, I did not know them personally. It was persons who saw that I was working hard and either reach out to me by DM and say, listen, I see you doing this. This is what you should be doing. And I took those ideas, even if it is that they contacted me and it's something that I didn't want to exercise. That's another thing as well. When somebody contacts you on social media and tells you, oh, I have something that, I think would interest you, never say no, because you do not know exactly what that person has to give to you. And even if you're not going to use it, you do not turn that down. But I learned that, and years later, I am glad to give some of that knowledge to persons who actually would like to receive it. I know you had asked me the questions as well in terms of my business plans for the future, but I think one of the things is to start having classes where the musicians have to take those classes before they get to a certain level in terms of what we do for them, because they're not understanding certain things even though you tell them 2-3 times. We're going to start to have that in writing. You understand? So that I was able to give you this class to educate you on how your industry works. So you should not be contacting me and asking me for your money a week or 2 weeks after you have just put out a single. You understand? That is just crazy.
Okay. Franco from Franco Records, Houston, Texas. Are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Doing well.
Thank you for
Hi,
wanting to
Franco.
join us. Empress Rose says hello. Could you guys see each other?
I can see
Yes,
him.
I can.
Franco, are you going to pull over?
Yes, I will. I'm looking for a safe place to pull over.
We don't want no accident on the Lady Be Blessed show.
You're right.
I don't have
right,
any.
right,
I don't have
right.
insurance for all of that.
No, it's okay.
We are talking about. Okay, I've been in the music industry. As a matter of fact, that's how I met Franco years ago when he dealt with artists from Africa, Cameroon, precisely. To Franco record, Houston, Texas. Rose is in the music industry for Jamaica. So we're just talking about some of the struggles that we have with the artists understanding basic information on the industry. So what have been some of the struggles that you have experienced?
Lady B, I have a correction.
Go ahead.
I have a correction. It's not Rose that's just based in Jamaica or that does reggae. I work in different genres and I live in the US. I actually I actually keep Jamaica at a distance in terms of my music.
Oh,
and my
okay,
label.
got you.
So yeah.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Did you hear that, Franco?
No worries.
Yes, I heard that.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, so it's to me the problem with our young people is the fact that they want to be superstars overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no patience, and number two, for some reason, they think music is just something you can do for fun and make so much money out of it. They don't understand that you need to put the work in order for you to be able to rip something out. And the expectation from the record label too is very, very unrealistic. I always tell them, your record label is not your mother or your father. Your record label is there to help you, but the work, everything, the success will depend on you, not on the record label. And most of the times they get it wrong. So that has been my frustration. So have you witnessed the same thing, Rosa?
Oh, that happens. I would say more times than often years ago. But where it is that I'm very careful who it is that I bring to my label to begin with.
Okay.
I do not have it happen that much anymore, but still, one or two fall through the crack because it is that they come with this self-sense that they're going to be superstars, overnight, and it's like.
Yeah.
You do not understand something. When I go on my platform and I promote you, I'm doing you a favor.
Yes.
I'm doing you a favor. Okay?
Yes.
If care more about your music than you care about your music, that's a problem for me. But when I go to your social media and you have a single or album or something that just comes out and you are not telling anybody about it, and all you're talking about is your wonderful label. Yes. Thanks for promoting my label. Thanks for telling people who I am. But that's not going to get your record sold. You have to coordinate with persons. Do things out of the rim. And when I'm saying do things out of the rim, I'm not talking about going on top of a car half naked to get your music out there. Because if you cannot live up to that standard, that's going to be a problem as well. Okay? So I can't be over here professionally promoting you in suit and tie, and you're over there naked on top of a car, and are not promoting yourself. And they don't understand exactly what it is. And as a manager, you're also there to steer their career. So I can't be out here telling myself that this is how I see you as a person. This is what we're going to do over the next few months. And you tell yourself that, I hear you loud and clear, but I want this yesterday. So I am going to do whatever I have to do to make it happen. And everything that I just created for you went through the door because you did not have patience. You did not think about the fact that this relationship is not just about you anymore.
Right. I think Franco is having his camera
Internet
just went off. Yes.
I told you we're starting to be a third world country. I told you that. Look at
And
that.
he's in Texas. Could you imagine? Not the heart of the U.S.,
Yeah,
the,
I'm telling
the
you,
heartland.
we're starting to be a third world country.
Yeah,
The internet doesn't
He
even
just
fly
dropped out.
anymore.
We'll see if he gonna come back in, but we're hitting up on 2 hours now. Let me see if he's gonna come back. But you made a very excellent point, and I think Franco could really appreciate that with the industry he's coming back, that he deals with. And knowing that these artists realize that they also have to put in the work. And like Franco said, we're not your mom and dad. We are not. We're not here to babysit you and pacify you as an artist. No,
But
that is not our job.
even their mom and dad would not promote them, because if they did, they would be promoting them.
Right. Are you okay, Franco? You're settled.
Very right. I think I get one thing from you, and that's very true. You said if you are promoting an artist, you are doing them a favor, and that is so true. That is so true. But most of the times, they always think that it is their divine duty for us to promote them. That is the issue. And if I find that I'm working harder than you, then there's a problem. Then no, and that's how I got burned out and just frustrated. It is a problem with our young people. Let it be for real.
Yeah, and like you said, the expectation of the record label, they want nowadays they want you to do everything, and most record labels do not offer marketing deals. They're offering distribution deals, which means you have to do your own marketing and your own promotion.
Yeah,
it's very rare you're going to get like one of the major record labels to offer a marketing deal.
Oh yeah, very rare. Very, very rare.
Yeah.
Very, very rare.
But you could get those distribution deal, no problem. Distribution, okay, but do your own marketing.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. And there to know as well is like, even when you get distribution, your records are not going to sell if you are not marketing and promoting. So it doesn't matter if you get a distribution deal with one of the majors. If it is your record, it's not going to sell because you're not marketing and promoting yourself.
Exactly.
And if you're a true artist, you're supposed to, that stuff should just be rolling off your tongue. You should be telling people what it is that you do. Oh, I have an album come out recently. You want to hear one of the tracks?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Instead of going in. Go ahead, dear.
And there's a fine line as well. And social media is just so, it's like a double-edged sword, because here it is that you have an opportunity to tell people about what it is that you do. But when you spend too much time in one place, it could also be an issue, because it is that person start to leave you now because you're promoting too much. All I'm hearing about is this one song all the time. What else do you have? Come, give me something else. So if you're consistently just sitting there promoting this one song, but you have social media platforms that are also giving you the versatility and flexibility, where instead of promoting it directly on the platform, you have an ability to also do it in the stories. And don't get it twisted, but some of those stories are more valuable than even you putting a post on the platform itself. But they're not exercising that. They tell themselves that, you know what, I'm with Empress Rose and she's gonna do this. Yes, I can do whatever I want to do. But at the end of the day, it's like, if I care more about your music than you do, there's a problem. If it is that you sign up with me and I give you direction, that this is the way we're going, and you decide that you do not want to follow that direction, you want to go 12 speeds ahead or full speed ahead, good luck with that. Because I am moving at the pace I'm moving, because it's not just about you. I have an artist that asked me recently that if I could manage him by himself. Really? Do you think you could pay all these bills? You can't even pay for washing my hair. Okay? It takes a lot of time to just do my hair alone. So do not come and ask me any stupidness, but if I could just work with you alone. No, I have bills to pay. And I will take on as much artists as I feel that it is for me to be able to take on to do exactly what it is that I do. I'm not going to go overboard. and kill
Yeah.
myself, but I'm also
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to manage somebody that can't even get me $6 a month for a record.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's be clear.
And where do they get that exclusiveness from?
Because
I only
because a
want you
lot
to
of them do.
manage me only.
Yeah.
No, because some of the artists as well do not want you to work with. Okay, so if I have an artist from Ghana, he doesn't want me to work with another artist from Ghana.
Mm,
You understand?
I see.
That doesn't have anything to do with me. Rise to the
Right.
occasion and make great music. Your music is going to stand out. If I want to work with 10 people in Ghana, 10 people in Kenya, wherever, that's what I'm going to do. So you
Yeah.
can take your personal,
It is personal.
whatever. Yeah, we're not there
Yeah.
for that. And
You're
especially,
so
I
right.
know that you can't bring me $6 a month. Don't play with me.
Right.
You're so right, Rose. Let your music distinguish you and make you unique.
Exactly. Once you
Yeah.
make great music, there's nothing to worry about. What are you worried about if somebody's in your own country that's
Thank you.
going to be on, the same record label? I don't care.
You don't care.
You let your music speak for itself. You do what you do. And
Yeah.
and that's where it is that we get a little bit about ourselves, because it is that we feel as if nobody else should be in the room and nobody else
Yeah.
should eat just like we eat. There's enough people to eat in this industry. It's a big,
Enough.
wide industry. I don't understand why people try to hold each other down, as well as, trying to come for people who are doing what they're doing in the industry.
Yeah.
I know persons in the industry that can't even read and write properly, and they're doing it.
Of
I'm
course.
not going to object to what you do. You stay over there and do what
Right.
you do. But this lane is mine, and I
Right.
just travel in my own lane. Okay, but if
Yes.
you're going to come in my lane, come with some sense, because if you ain't come with the sense, I ain't got no time for nonsense.
Right.
I am going to
Right.
check you. Just as
Yes.
simple as that.
Yes. And as artist management, even the money that we make is never enough.
Never.
Goodbye. Listen.
Never enough as an artist manager. If we were to bill the artists hourly, they would not be able to afford anything we do
They will
by
not.
any means.
No means necessary. No means
You see?
necessary. And having a label is actually putting money out of your pocket to make an artist pop. And
A label.
and it's not easy. It's not easy because you're telling yourself that you believe that this artist can be
Or
the
make it
next
positive.
biggest thing or whatever. For people that just have label just to sign artists, go get a real job.
Yeah,
Okay?
because that's not
Because
working.
you are the destruction to our demise over here. When I put somebody on my label, is because I believe in you. When you come, you may not have it together 100%, but it tells me that with work and
trying.
consistency, you're going to rise to that occasion, and at some point I'll be able to make that money that I invest in you.
Yes.
Understand? And it's a chance for me, because when I decide that I'm going to invest in you, and 2-3 months down the road you decide that there's no loyalty, and somebody comes and offer you a
You've
chicken
lost.
Yeah.
and some fries to come over there with them, and you go over there, I done lost all my money. You
Yeah.
understand? So it is not easy for me to say yes when I put you on my label. I don't know about the other idiots that are putting you on their label just so they could collect your money and take it and
Yeah.
spend it or do whatever they do. But that's not how it works on this end. When I decide to put you on there, it's because I believe in you. And
Right.
believe in you is one half of the puzzle. I have
That's
to know
it.
that you're on my label. And in order for persons to know about my label and what it is that I do, I have to market and promote you. I have to do things outside the ring. And I have to invest in that artist as well. And for you to get 2 or 3 months down the road, there's no loyalty, and somebody buy you a chicken and some fries, and you go over there with them and start singing a different song. That's
Right.
stuff that we deal with. That is the real.
Right.
That
Yeah.
is the real.
Yeah.
That is definitely the real. That is the real. 100% real. And that is what's happening. I've had artists that don't want to sign contract. I've had artists
Yeah.
that in the middle of a contract, someone will come, like you say, give them a box of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and
Yeah.
this artist is going to do. Oh, I'm with you for 2 months. Nothing is happening.
Right.
In business,
let
when
me
you start a
understand.
business,
When you
you
came
don't
to
see
me-
profit.
But listen, but when you came to me, you had 10 friends.
10
and now you have
friends.
50. And now you have 50. That means that I did something because you done got 40 friends.
Yeah.
And you had nobody was commenting on your shit. And now you have more people that are commenting on your stuff.
Yeah.
And nobody who knew your name, and now they know you. How did that happen? But you're hoping that you go from nobody knowing you to suddenly you're just Beyonce, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne,
Exactly.
all of the above.
They want to go from
Doesn't work
Facebook
like
to
that.
MTV in 2 days.
Yeah,
Facebook to MTV in 2 days.
In 2 days, yeah.
Where does that happen?
That's so true.
In their mind and on a different planet. But for myself, it is that I don't talk a lot. I let my work speak for itself. But when I do talk, I just give it 100 because that's who I am. I am not here for persons to pretend that they like me. I am here so that, especially if it's professional, I don't care if you don't like me. I don't. I'm just there to do your work, and that's about it. The people that are in my world that I appreciate and that have been there for years, yeah, I care about their feelings. They care about my feelings. That's all good. But at the end of the day, no, this does not even get us any money until it is that you've been like 5-6 years. Doesn't get us any money. We're putting in time, effort, and money.
That's true.
Time, effort, and
that's true. I've had,
and look at Instagram and all of it, even real.
I've had so many artists. I've had so many artists put so much money on them.
That, but as I've said before,
the money is not even the problem. The time is what you can never pay for. The time
exactly.
is what you can never pay for.
And I've learned that.
Yeah.
And I have learned that over time. So you know what it is that I start doing? I start shutting down my system at a certain time every night. Because it doesn't matter how much it is you as a manager do for any artist. They will not realize how hard it is you fight for them.
Oh, no.
They think that when they're sleeping and when you're having conversations about them to persons and say how great they are.
Yeah.
You know, where are they? They're not in that conversation. They don't know how hard we fight for them. You understand? And that's just one part of it. You know, could you imagine, like in COVID-19 right now, you're a woman who has put in so much money into what it is that you're doing as a business. You're an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And you're not seeing the money coming back to you. And then you have to deal with people's foolishness. It's a slap in the face because under COVID-19, there are so many of us walking around depressed and stressed already. Depressed and stressed. Where is our guiding angel? Who is going to come to save us? No one. And while it is that we're out here working, just like I've said before, and I'll keep on saying it. And, you know, I would hope Facebook is tapping in and Instagram as well, because you don't give us our damn credits either. You're over here paying attention to somebody over there who's pink. Cut the crap. Mm-hmm. We're out here working. We're out here working and we're doing it. But
and
you're
we'll
not
be
showing
the first
us
one
that.
to get blocked.
Come out of
They're blocking content.
They're blocking the content.
Even my ads. Yes, they won't run my ads. Your ads violate Facebook's. Like, how is a show that I'm doing violating Facebook community standards? So the attack is everywhere. The attack is coming from all ends.
And some of the attack don't make no sense because it's just simple. You know, they tell you something and then it's so hard to get in touch with them. They make it so hard to get in touch with them as well. So it's kind of like, I tell you this, you accept it and you move on.
Right.
And that's not the way it's supposed to work in terms of business. If you're telling me that something is wrong with my content, let me see where it makes sense. They've actually blocked content for me before where it is that they say things and I go back and I say, you know what? It makes sense. But there are things that has been done more so lately that doesn't make any damn sense. You know? So what happened? I'm moving too fast for you? People who don't know about me start knowing about me and my brand is moving real fast and they shouldn't. So you're going to try to stop me by doing what you're doing. My ads that used to bring in how much numbers are not bringing them in anymore. And here it is. I'm dealing over here with platforms. With platforms where we're fighting for the damn artist. And that artist is over here talking about themselves as if they're Beyonce or Jay-Z. Like, cut the crap. How much crap we got to deal with? It is crazy. It is insane.
I've noticed that. The ad numbers have gone down tremendously. More contents are being
Tremendously.
blocked. Yes, I
And it's not
have
about no
noticed
damn
that.
algorithm. It's not
Right.
about no algorithm, because I did a little test. I did, because I like to test. So I know when people are messing with me. I did a little test where I had somebody run an ad similar to the one I'm running. Similar. I copied everything from the places where it's supposed to be, from where I would normally use to do it, and I gave that person to run. And I was completely shocked.
It ran.
Completely shocked. It ran in 2 days of over
Wow.
45,000. When I did it, I barely made 2,000. 2,000. So what? I shouldn't make any living?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
But like I
Yeah.
said, there is going to be out of COVID you're going to see what happens outside of COVID. You're going to hear about all these people that had their brand where it is they rose to the occasion and they started all these things in COVID. They will not be of our complexion. And if there are of our complexion, it's because it is that they throw one or two in there
Right.
just for whatever's sake, you know?
Right. Just that sprinkle a
But if
little
it's
color in there.
yeah, just to put a little color in there.
Sprinkle.
That's what's going to
Yeah.
happen, you know? But
Yeah.
the validation, we don't need it, but we need for persons to understand as well that we have
Yeah.
systems that are fighting
For
against
sure.
us already. So where we have systems in place, where we're using their platforms and they're fighting against us as ready, and for yourself as an artist to not want to do anything, but to come through the door and expect that you're just going to go about your day and go to sleep and not
Oh
tell
yeah.
anybody about this great content that you have to promote is
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. And I do not listen to bullshit. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's not going to pay your
Uh,
bills.
Not
yeah.
gonna pay my bill.
It never
It's
will.
it's
It never will.
it's it, it- it's a real battle. I had to, but a little bit like I tell you every time. I had to step back and drop the music thing for a little bit and and rethink if this is what.
Yeah, he's saying that he had to step back. But yeah, and for myself, even with deciding to go public like I wanted to, I decided that there's only a few amount of artists that I would like to, work with. You know,
Are you back,
just a
Frank?
few,
Yes.
just a few of them.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
I
hearing
can.
you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So to me, pulling back is not pulling out of the industry. Pulling back is to try and strategize. And like you say, if I'm to come back, it's going to be in a situation where it has to be a whole different arrangement. Okay, it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
be. It's not going to be me, my money, my dollars, and my time. No, 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 no. It's going to be mutual. Yeah, yeah, it's going to be mutual, and it will be expressed.
Yeah.
It's not going to be something. It's no, no. It will be mutual and it'll be expressed. So if I'm putting 3 hours, you're putting 3 hours. If I'm putting $1, if I'm putting $1, you're putting $1. I think
Yes.
when people don't invest in their own craft, they never respect it.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're right.
yeah,
And but
Yeah.
even when some of them do, they don't take into consideration what it is that the direction that it is
yeah,
that you have, mapped out in terms of their career. Because I have persons like
yeah,
that where it is that I say, okay, this is what you're going to have to do. But then they come with this expectation that it's going to happen in one day, it's going to happen in 2 weeks, it's going to happen in 2 months, it's going to happen in 3 months. That's not how this industry works. If
Right.
you're not getting it anywhere else, what makes you think that you're going to come and get it from here? And
Yes.
if it is that you are able to get it somewhere else, why didn't you go there? Why it is that you came here? It's just that simple, you know? But to fight against the outside forces, the principalities where it is that we are putting our product and we are seeing the difference. We are seeing the big difference. It is not like I'm not paying attention. If I wasn't doing the work, I wouldn't be able to realize that the numbers are not coming in as they were before. Why is that? Because I'm realizing that there is a difference. There is a difference. It's not coming in like it used to be anymore.
Right.
And it's not because it is that the audience is lost. It is because that's your job to go get me the damn audience that I'm paying for.
Right.
There's a reason why it is you sell a product. There's a reason why it is that there's an algorithm. Okay.
Yes.
Now, this is a 3-step process. The artist comes to me. They want certain things done. I said, I'm going to reach out to a third party because the third party, this is what you advertise. This is what you're able to do for me. I have been using you for a while. You have been able to deliver. But what's the difference now? I'm moving too fast. People are knowing a little bit more about me. I'm not outspoken. I've been an introvert. So now it is you want me to speak a little bit more to work for my money. Okay. I'm not going to entertain you.
Right.
Trust and believe it. Anybody that knows me know. If you tell me I can't have a radio station, I find a way to get it done myself.
We'll get it.
So if I have to build a social network platform myself, you could sit back behind this computer and laugh. But anybody that know you will tell you. If I say I'll do it, it is going to happen. Okay?
It will be done.
Yes, they're restricting our content. It's not out there like it used to be. And it's not happening. So for us to be dealing with all of this stress already, we can't take no other burden on us.
Yes.
And for me, there's good money and there's bad money. There's good money.
We don't want the bad money.
I don't want the bad money. I'd rather go to my bed.
A lot of stress.
I'd rather go to my bed knowing it is that I can go buy some flour and make myself some dumplings. And I can do that for a week on $20 than take somebody's money that's going to stress me. I do not like stress. I cannot. There's a reason why it is I look like this. And nobody knows my real age. Because I refuse to let people stress me out. It's not going to happen then. And if it's going to cost me my sanity by being on camera, not going to happen. I'll go back right in my little hole, which I did things from that hole. And it has shown to be progressive. Yes. Yes. That's how it is that I do things. So to all the women out there, the women entrepreneurs that are doing your thing, keep on doing it. You do not have to sleep with anyone. Know this. You do not have to sleep with people in this industry that you do not like. You don't have to twerk.
You don't have to do a pole dance or anything.
Exactly. You do not have to sleep with anybody in this industry to get where you need to get to. It is all hard work. If you do not want hard work, you're in the wrong field, because this is not easy.
And to the artists out there, you don't ever have to sweet talk someone for them to manage you. We manage people we believe in. So no amount of sweet talk, baby girl, sweetheart, you're looking good, blah, blah, blah. Unnecessary. So stop doing it.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. We manage you because we believe in you as an artist. We believe in your music. I always believe in someone's music first, because the music is what speaks to me before I even meet the artist. And I listen to the music, I listen to the voice, the production. Yeah, we listen to your production. We listen to your engineering. We listen to all of that. We listen to the editing. We listen to all of that before we decide. So all the sweet talking that you guys be doing in the inbox, stop it. It's not going to get you anywhere. You can't be a new artist after 8 years and you're still doing the same thing in people's inbox. Stop.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hear you loud and clear. So for everyone that will come in my DM, nothing gets me not to answer to your DM messages than telling me how big my lips is. They're on my body. Girl. I know how big they are. Nothing gets you thrown out more than telling me about my hair. You have nothing else to talk about? I like my hair too. If you want me to manage you and if you want something to say about your music, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead. But I'm not here for all that.
I don't need to hear how you doing, what's going on, how's the family. Don't need none of that. Don't like none of that small talk. No. Hi, Lady P. I'm an artist. Here's the music. Tell me what you think. I'm done.
There you go.
All of that extra stuff you guys try to do, no, because I won't reply. I won't.
I'm the queen of that. I am the queen of that. Like I said, You get straight to the point. I'm not going to send you, or you have persons where I have no idea how they end up in my WhatsApp, and they will text me and said, "Hello, Empress," and I will respond and say, "Hi, who is this? How may I help you?" And then you text me back and say, um, "Yes, I'm good." What am I supposed to do with that?
Not reply.
Like, really? What am I
What am I
supposed to do with
supposed to
that?
say? I'm good too.
I already stated my position. What do you want? Speak. I have a lot of things to do.
Hi, Lady B.
It's,
How can I help you? What can I help you with? How's your day?
and even
Why
if it's
you
not my day, sometimes I'll respond. I'll be like, "Oh, I'm doing good. How may I help you?" But then they want to ask you 4 or 5 different response that has nothing to
How's
do
the
with what they
family?
want. Oh, it's my
What?
family. You don't even know my family. I'm good. They're good. I hope they're good. Matter of fact, I cannot.
Where are
I
you
cannot.
from? Where are you from? Where you at?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Promote your music first. Promote your music.
Yeah. If
Promote
you're
your
gonna
music.
contact me, if you're gonna contact me about your music or anything else that I do, get to the point. By all
Yeah.
means, you've heard it here today. Get to
Yeah.
the point, because I have no time to sit there and to get to like my 10th message before you tell me what is the real reason why it is that you text me.
All you have
And
to
if
do
you
is
just
ask for
like
my
my
email. That's it. This WhatsApp music,
and it,
no, don't send me music over WhatsApp.
and if
Just
it
ask
is that
for
you just
email.
like my hair, just go ahead and say it. Empress, I love your hair. Thank you. Let's move on. Empress,
I love your
whatever.
glasses.
Yeah, thank you. Now let's move on. Thank you
Now,
very
what can I
much.
help you with?
Is
Then
there
they'll
anything else
go,
I may help you with?
I'm a college student and my mom died and I need money to pay for my classes.
I've heard it all before. I've heard it all before. Just yesterday I got a few messages from this guy. And persons need to be aware as well, because there's various times they have hacked my system. So I'm learning the lingo because I've been talking to a few authorities about things that they will do. So for persons that are listening, sometimes this guy will contact you and they will come up with some nonsense like that, hoping that you will click on it, read their message, and then they are able to get your information when they do
Yeah.
that. So just yesterday, this person was texting me. I don't know who he is, never heard of him, never had a conversation with him. And he texted me about 5 times in a row, telling me that his wife is in danger and if I could help him with some money. I'm in danger
His
too.
life or his wife?
His
What did you say?
wife.
His wife.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't he the
His wife.
provider? That's his job. Go and protect your wife.
Well, maybe he doesn't have the money, but my point here is that I don't know you. I don't know your wife. Any of that. You understand? And people are sending out messages so that they can capture your information and be able to hack your system. I've been hacked quite a few times.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Most recently, where my bank account was emptied out. So to the hacker, if you're listening, I got news for you. There is nothing anybody can do on the face of this earth that will stop me from doing what it is that I do.
Right.
My only way of living is by working, and that it is that I will continue to do. So you can empty whatever bank accounts you have emptied. Let me tell you something. I have been rich and I have been at the bottom. And both of those things have taught me how to survive. Not only that, I am book smart and I'm street smart. Look me up for all the persons who would like to know. I graduated at top of my class. I am book smart and I am street smart. You cannot play with me. So you can keep on trying to hack my system and do what you do. Try again.
Message sent and received. Loud and clear. Empress Rose, we're going to get out of here.
It's
We
been
could
a
go on
pleasure.
forever. We could go on forever.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, come through and sharing my insights to yourself and persons that are on your platform. We will do this again.
Most definitely. I think we should do a weekly show in the music industry.
They will not, girl. They will start. They will. You know about the traffic? They're not sending no more to our profiles. They will start
We would definitely be
taking away.
blocked.
We'll be blocked. We're gonna have to do
Facebook.
that on a podcast where we don't even what's it? We don't even promote that. We just tell people this is the podcast that's not promoted. If you want the
Yes,
real, just go listen to it. We can't even promote that.
I just
Yeah.
joined Clubhouse. So Clubhouse, I'm learning my way around it. The new
What's Clubhouse?
Clubhouse. It's an app for networking. Actually today I was in a room with Mace, the old rep artist Mace. There's a lot of industry people on there. So you go into this room and it's voice. You don't text or anything. There's no texting, it's just voice. So they do these rooms and then you talk, you cover issues. So Mace was in there today talking about some of the music industry. It was so I logged in, I got the notification and I logged in. It was like Mace has a room. And I remember Mace from back in the day. So I've been in a couple rooms since I was able to join, and it's a wait list. So I was on the wait list for all of 20 minutes before I was taken off, that name recognition. Build your brand, people, because your name go before you. You don't think that people know who you are. They know who you are. Your brand goes before you.
You know what's interesting?
20 minutes.
It's interesting that you said that because now that there is like the virtual world and what's going on and stuff like that, there are persons that have contacted me that I didn't even know knew me in this industry that could tell me everything about me. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. You understand?
Yes.
So it's not about everybody knowing you. It's about the right people knowing you.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And I never understood what that meant until when I released that documentary. Someone in the industry called me. And when they called me, they told me that the documentary was brilliant. And now a lot of persons or a lot of traffic may not still have gone to that documentary because persons do not understand anthropology. They do not know how it works, and if they don't understand it or won't even give it the time of day, they won't know exactly what that documentary is telling them and how deep it is. Now, to have other anthropologists call you, other ethnomusicologists call you and said, listen, there are persons who don't understand exactly what it is that you have put out. This is the real. This is what's going on right now in our society. I cannot make them understand it. But the thing is that I am having the musicologists, people, anthropologists, different persons who have contacted me that I didn't even know knew about me. They didn't know about me from that. They knew about me from doing music. They knew about me from the persons I worked with. And now that it is that I touched their industry, they were now contacting me based on that. When I first put out the documentary, in 3 days, it only went to about 288 persons. And I was like, this don't make any sense for so many reasons. When I did the ad for the documentary, the ad brought in 435,000 persons who watched that ad across social media. But when I put out the documentary now, it was not getting it. Why? The social media platforms, firstly, were blocking it. Understand that there are persons out there putting out great songs and content, but they're being blocked as well. And people has to realize that. So my content was being blocked because of what I was talking about. I'm talking about the disparities of healthcare. I'm talking about how it is that we're treated, how it is that we're being gunned down in the street, stuff like that. But the funny thing is that I am not saying it word for word in the songs. So the social media platforms understand what it is that I am saying. And persons on the other end not getting it. That I'm not saying in my song that you're being gunned down. But when you listen to the song, you know what it means. When you listen and go to the anthropology, then it is you know what I'm talking about. Now, somebody from a big film company called me and they were talking to me about it and said, this is brilliant. And I'm quiet on the line for about 5 minutes. And the person said, why are you so quiet? I said, nothing. They said, no, you're quiet because it is that you're comparing this to a music video. You work in the music industry. A music video is normally about 3 minutes, right?
Right.
Your documentary is 28 minutes. The fact that 280 persons went and watched your documentary, you should be grateful. Because right now we're in COVID. Nobody wants to watch anything about anthropology when they don't even know about it. You understand? So the fact that you had 280 persons already watch it, you should be grateful. And the person said to me, it is not about how many persons watch it. It's about how many persons watch it and received it. And I don't care. I do not care if it goes 500 or 1,400 persons that watch it. Because why? The right persons have been seeing it. That was the reason why my song went to #1 on the charts. It was not because of the music industry that purchased it. It was because of the documentary that I did and the persons that watch it in the film industry and received it. Okay? As well as, I do not care how much persons go watch this documentary because I have 43 film nominations. 43. You heard me correctly. And out of that 43 nominations, 6 nominations have already passed through, and I've won 4 of those nominations. The documentary has won 4 out of 6 already. I'm still winning. I'm still winning. So to all the social media platforms that block it, good luck to you, because there's more than one way to skin a cat.
And there's more to come.
And there's still more to come. Stay tuned.
Bye, people. On that note.
Bye, guys.
Hasta la vista, babies. See you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you again. I have to bring her back for next year. I'll bring her back, people. I'll bring her back. Don't worry. Thank you, my love. Bye.
All right there.
The Lady Be Blessed Humanitarian Foundation is a USA IRS registered 501c3 public charity. Our mission is to actively and effectively engage in promoting human and social welfare with no prejudice against human suffering on the grounds of gender, sexual orientation, religious, or national divisions. Our main goal is to save lives, relieve suffering, and maintain human dignity. Donate now to support our work. PayPal.me/TLBBH Foundation or cash.app/$TLBBH Foundation. Come join Women Wednesdays with Lady Be Blessed, an empowering podcast spotlighting women in leadership. A weekly look at some amazing women leaders, mentors, role models, change makers, community advocates, presidents, CEOs, executive directors, and boss ladies. These women are women that lead. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live, facebook.com/Lady Be Blessed, youtube.com/Lady Be Blessed. Let us help you win in business. MXZT Digital Tech Solutions. We help small businesses get online with business class website builders, managed WordPress platforms, domain name registration, web hosting, hosted email, e-commerce, and online stored solutions. Our 24/7, 365 support is always available at mxztdigital.com. MXZT Digital Tech Solutions. We help small businesses. Visit us online today.